received a question from a hyperlocal blogger recently who wanted to make sure she was covering her area in its entirety. She said the only keywords left that she could find in her niche were low volume keywords, and she wanted to know if I had any tips. My name's Leslie Peterson, and I help bloggers grow their business consistently and with a plan. So this week, I'm excited to share with you more about SEMrush's Keyword Gap tool. I'll jump into the tool and I'll talk about it from a hyperlocal perspective since that's who's asked the question, but it can be very valuable in almost any niche. You'd apply it just the same way. We're in the Keyword Gap tool in SEMrush. In the first box, you're going to add your own domain. In the second box, you're going to add one of your competitors. Now, in this case, I have 5 competitors that SEMrush is suggesting I use. So these are the people who, or the websites that they feel are my biggest competitors. So I'm going to start with, let's say, Explore Georgia, which is the Georgia Tourism Department. And I'll hit the word compare. Here's the report. You'll notice that it defaults to organic keywords, and we want to keep that there. We're not interested in looking at paid or PLA keywords. We're just trying to look at those keywords that we can rank for organically in Google. If I scroll down, you'll see that by default, it's telling me that we have about 57,000 keywords in common. Now I can sort and see those where they're beating me significantly or where I'm beating them significantly. We can also see keywords that are unique to me. These are keywords that I have that they don't, and it would make sense that these are keywords from other states because this again is the Georgia Tourism Department. But what I'm interested in is this one, missing keywords. So these are keywords that the Georgia Tourism Department is ranking for that I am not ranking for. So before I go through this list of 255,000 keywords, there's a few things I can do. I can put in my minimum volume and apply that. I can put in my maximum keyword difficulty and apply that. And to get things started, I could even sort or filter by intention. So we know that for bloggers, informational intention is ideal. So I'll start there, and now I've only got about 1,600 to work with. So I can scroll through this list and see if there are any that are a good fit for me. So for example, maybe I should write a post about all the filming sites for Vampire Diaries. I do have posts about Savannah. I'm not trying to rank on the city's name. I'm trying to rank on more of a things to do or restaurants or couples angle. So not a big deal there. Although what I could do is look at the semantic terms for this particular term and see if I can add any to my existing posts. Hunger Games movies, again, another movie angle. So I would go through all of these terms, just looking through them, seeing which ones of these might be a good fit for me. Now, there might only be a few. There might only be a handful, but those might be fantastic terms that just haven't come on my radar yet that I want to take a look at. So let's do this again. Let's go and look at, instead of the tourism site for the state, let's look at the tourism site for the city, for Atlanta. So I'll compare there. Notice it's going to keep my volume and keyword difficulty and intention filter. So anytime you want to pull those off, you can do that. So if I look here with the city, I've got 861. So it looks like a lot of these are holidays. Probably things to do in those holidays. So that might be an angle that I want to consider adding. Maybe I want to write something about the Atlanta airport. I don't have anything about this food market. And we see more movie information topics coming in. So that's a clue to me that I'm really, there's a gap that I have on my blog. Honestly, I don't have any movie information on my Atlanta blog. And since it is Yollywood, I probably need to add that. Now, additionally, I've got, besides the tourism department, I've got other bloggers. So Southern Trippers, Busy Tourist, and Atlanta Parents, a magazine, but they also have a blog that I could take a look at and see if there are any missing components there. So birthday party ideas, that's one that they're ranking on that we're not ranking on. concerts in Atlanta. So that might be one that I want to investigate. So it's just a really great way to get ideas from your competitors about where you're missing the mark. And I just want to point out, you don't have to just pick from the list of competitors that SEMrush offers to you. If you're finding this helpful, please subscribe to this channel where I share information just like this, just for bloggers every week. You can also find the links below to join our free Facebook group or download my free blog post update checklist. So even though we're an Atlanta travel blog, we do a lot of work or write a lot of posts about Florida. So I can also look at the Florida CVB and see where there are some gaps. So information about maps. Again, we don't target specific cities in our keywords. So I'm just going to keep going through here. But I do see map keeps poking its head up. Maybe I need to look into a map. Now I can apply other filters as well. So I'm going to take off this intention. And I write a lot of things to do in posts. So I might want to filter just on that things to do. And I can see a lot of things to do this weekend, but I've got things to do in Venice. I don't have a post on Venice, Florida, or Lake Placid, or Port St. Lucie, or Santa Rosa. So those are areas that I know that I'm missing maybe visits to those cities or writers who visited those cities where we can write a post. So that's just a few ways to use the keyword gap tool in order to determine additional keywords that you can write for on your blog.